I scrolled all the way to the right side of the list. We finally made it far enough to where I've scrolled all the way to the right side of the list. We are almost done with this, but we've got to talk about a few more typings, starting with the dragon type. So hey everybody, welcome back. It is time to talk about some more of the best Pokemon in every single generation. Today's the dragon type. If you missed the rest of the videos, go down in the description below. There is a link to the playlist of every last one of these, so don't miss out. I look forward to seeing your comments on some of the previous ones if this is your first time. And you know what? If this is your first time on my channel, guys, leave me a comment. Let me know. Say hello. Introduce yourself. I'd love to meet all you guys. And why don't we go ahead and get into it? Because we're going to talk about the best dragon types in all of Pokemon. And for Generation 1, I mean, it's not like we had much of a choice. It's just an evolved version of the only dragon type that was in the game at the time. Not counting Mega Charizard, which is technically a Generation 1 Pokemon, but I would consider it a Generation 6 Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, Gyarados is a monster. Gyarados. Dragonite is a monster. I mean, there's not much more you can say about it. I don't really have anything to compare it to, so the argument isn't really there. But hey, it's a great Pokemon, and oh my goodness. Okay, this is going to be a really hard choice for Generation 2. Because the thing is that I have to decide between Kingdra and Kingdra. And I'm having a really hard time with this decision. Because I think on one hand, Kingdra is really fast, really strong, and gets really good moves. And on the other hand, Kingdra also is kind of bulky at the same time. And Water Dragon is a really unique type that we, to this day, haven't seen a whole lot of. So I think Kingdra is really good, but I also think that Kingdra is really good. I guess I'm just going to have to go with Kingdra at the end of the day. I really don't have much more of a choice. Don't know if I like the choice 100% compared to the Kingdra, but I had to go with Kingdra. Gen 3. There was a comment. Shout out to Bjorn, who comments and watches all my videos, man. You are the best. I do want to say I really appreciate you tuning in every day. He told me in my flying type video that I missed Salamence altogether, that I just straight up didn't see him. And I was thinking about that for a moment, and I was like, I did, didn't I? Because I picked Swellow. But yeah, like, Salamence is amazing. Salamence is one of the best Pokemon in Generation 3. And because Legendaries don't count on this list, he's the best Dragon type in Generation 3. Like, he is. There's without question, Salamence is. He's a monster. He will always be a monster. He will always be incredibly strong and do so many great things for you. So yeah, of course Salamence is the key. Of course Salamence is the answer here. Gen 4, come on, guys. Yeah, we have one option. We have one option. Gen 5 is actually an interesting argument, though. Because it's between Hydreigon and what does Fracture evolve into? Haxorus. Hydreigon and Haxorus. Here's the thing with Hydreigon. It's a nasty plot user. It's a special dragon type. It was actually one of the first special dragon types, that we ever got. One of the first ones. Kingdra technically was a special dragon type, but considering it was like a third evolution that was added, it's a little different than like a pure special dragon type that Hydreigon is. I also think from a design standpoint that Hydreigon is better, but I think that Haxorus is the better Pokemon. There's something about having that physical dragon type that also gets Swords Dance and Dragon Dance that makes such a big difference. Dragon Dance alone, with how good Dragon Dance is, being able to raise both your attack and your speed at the same time, immediately makes physical Dragon-type Pokemon just better. The fact that that exists. And they gave Hydreigon Nasty Plot to try and make up for it, but because you don't get that speed boost as well, you really can't sweep with it the same way that you want to with Hydreigon or with Haxorus. And if you give Hydreigon Dragon Dance, which I believe it can learn, it's not a physical attacker. It's not, so it's never going to be quite as strong as Haxorus is. Generation 6. Controversial opinion. I know a lot of people like Goodra. Goodra's trash, guys. Goodra is a trash Pokemon. If you think this is good, I don't understand what it was that the rest of your team was that made this thing stand out. This thing's trash. Noivern, though? Noivern's a monster. Noivern is a monster. Great Pokemon all around, and one of the best they've introduced in Generation 6. And they didn't introduce a whole lot of new Pokemon in Gen 6. It was mainly focused on the Megas, but they got a lot of Dragons, and Noivern was definitely the best one. Gen 7. For the memes, I want it to be a Alolan Executor. For reality, it's Komodo. Komodo is interesting. I don't like its design. I get the point. It's supposed to be a Komodo dragon, which somebody actually commented back on my ugliest Pokemon list that I made. Which I actually kind of think is cool when you think about the lore behind it, what it is. You know, some people literally sit and read Pokedex entries. I don't do that. Okay, I just don't. But people who do that and like fact check me, I appreciate you guys. You know, at the end of the day, while you think you might know it all, you're correct and you help me learn things as well. Some of you are a little bit rude about it, but that's okay. I encourage more discussion in the comments, and I have zero problem debating with anybody about anything, really. But yeah, I mean, Komodo is a really good Pokemon. It's a Dragon Dance user. It has Cling Scales as well, which is a really good ability. Like, there's a lot of really good things that this thing can do. And while it's probably the weakest pseudo-legendary up to this point, it's still really good, regardless. Generation 8. Wow. Guys, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do, because these are all trash. Every last one of them. Oh, wait, Dragapult's here. Oh, we're good. All right, moving on. Generation 9 is... I said I was counting paradoxes as gimmick forms, right? I think so. Do they pop up on the gimmick form list? Generation 9. They don't pop up on the gimmick form list. Maybe I'll do a paradox ranking of some sort. I'll figure that out. I won't be able to use this grid, but I'll probably do that. That'll be a good idea. Anyway, what should we do here? So I'm not going to go with Roaring Moon. I'll do a paradox ranking separate. I think that'd be fun. So it's obviously is it Frigibax? No, that's the second form. Arctibax? Frigibax? Arctibax? Frigibax? One of the two. It's good. Okay, it's good. I think it's Frigibax. Arctibax? Frigibax? I don't remember. He's good, okay? He's a pseudo-legendary. He's Ice Dragon. Really good typing. Moving on. What's the best? What is the best dragon type ever? It's Garchomp. Guys, Garchomp is one of the best pseudo-legendary typings ever. It is one of the best pseudo-legendaries ever. 4 times weak to ice, no problem when he's faster and stronger than you, to the point where he just sweeps through your team anyway. You know why you got to worry about a 4 times weakness to ice? If you're just going to one-shot every single Pokemon before they can even attack you. And Ice Crash is not enough. It's only 40 power. It's not enough. It's not enough. That's going to be it for my list. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want to see me talk about the Paradox Pokemon. I would probably do that as more of like a design, because they all look kind of silly. But I'd be down to do that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you want to see more, you know what to do. And I'll see you tomorrow for the Dark types. Have a great day.